Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to install Windows from a USB drive onto your Lenovo ThinkPad X1. And before we begin, there are multiple reasons why you might want to actually install Windows. For example, you don't have any system at all, your system is corrupted, you don't have access to your system right now because you might have forgotten your password and weren't able to restore it, even though there is a video on our channel how to restore your PIN if you've forgotten it. If you still weren't able, you may want to install Windows, or for any other reason I think it's gonna be okay. Just remember that your drive will be, of course, erased. And before I begin, also another thing that you'll need a USB drive, and for some older Lenovo ThinkPad X1s, the USB 3.0 won't work for that matter, because we'll need to create a USB drive that we can boot system from. And on most laptops, it doesn't matter which type of USB it is, but on my model, it's the ThinkPad X1 Carbon from, I think, 2018. For some reason, it doesn't support the 3.0 USBs for booting. Of course, they work in the system, but they don't work for installing Windows off of it. So you'll need to get a 2.0 drive. The older the USB drive is, the higher chance the 2.0 it is. But I think you can also buy it. You just need 8 gigabytes, honestly. So you don't need to worry about that whatsoever, because it'll just work, honestly. Now let's talk about the thing that I'm seeing on the screen. This is pretty rare, but if you bought your device used and it had the enterprise account, then at some point in your installing process, when you're in the setup, you'll see this screen and it's unskippable. So what I suggest doing is, I'm gonna show you a step later, which is typically optional, but here you can just do it. It won't affect you even if this screen isn't about to show up, the one with the Meta account or any account whatsoever. So maybe let's begin by going to another device, because that's what we'll need, another device that will actually we will create the USB bootable drive on. So let's move on to the computer. I'm just gonna open a browser. So let's go to maybe Google Chrome, right? And here you'll need to search first of all for Windows 11 ISO. So let's find that. Okay, I can see it. Now select probably the first link, the one from Microsoft. I'm just gonna quickly change the language because I can see it's not really in English right now. Okay, Windows 11, and we have the option to download a Windows 11 disk image ISO for x64 devices. So that's what I'm exactly gonna do. Just select multi-edition ISO, click on confirm. It may take a moment to validate it, but later on you'll be able to just select the product language, click on confirm, and you'll have the download link that you can click on to actually download the Windows 11. Okay, it says that 2 minutes are left, so in the process we also need to find another thing, which is Rufus.ie. So let's find that. Just this website, and it will let us create the USB bootable drive using that tool. So that's pretty useful. Let's scroll down to download, and most probably the first option will be just fine. if it doesn't work on this device you're using currently to create the USB bootable drive on, then it'll probably prompt you about that. I'm just gonna get the first one because it's quite complicated to actually establish which one you need and stuff like that. I don't really think it's needed. Now it asks me if I want to check for application updates online. I don't really care about that. Now I'm gonna plug my USB drive into my computer and it should show up in the device list. It does not. Maybe it wasn't plugged in properly. I think it should work. Okay. I'm just gonna get back to when it works. Okay, so I see that the disk doesn't seem to work, but I already have it set up, so I'm gonna try it to just plug it into the laptop later. But I'm still gonna provide instructions on how to do everything. So here you'll just select your disk, right? You'll have a list of all USB devices, and if you have lots of them and don't know which one to choose, just unplug all the other ones from your computer that you're currently working on, so you don't mistake the one that you shouldn't. Because if you erase the drive that you shouldn't, then you will just lose your data on a drive that may be important. Now here in boot selection, you'll just need to click on select and select the installation file. Probably it'll be in the downloads. I'm gonna open that, and now it'll say ready. You'll just need to click on start, and then you'll be asked about a few check marks. So what I suggest doing is just selecting the first one, just to make extra sure you can install Windows. But besides that, you don't really need to change anything there. Also, don't change anything there. Just click on start, and it will create that USB bootable drive. And later on, you'll be able, once it's finished, once it's ready on a green background, you'll be able to, if later on in the or you can do it right now, but if a problem like in my case, like I've shown you at the beginning of this video, shows up in your case, then you can simply find this drive in your file explorer on your computer. So it'll be somewhere here probably. You can just click on it, then it'll be named CCCOMA, something like that. You can once you click on it, there will be a folder called sources. And to prevent the problem that I'm having right now, all you need to do is open Notepad. Then in Notepad, you'll need to simply go to just type in what I am typing in. So hold on a second. Okay, you'll need to no, sorry, it'll be channel here. Okay, yeah, so make sure you enter that exactly, minding all the underscores, the square parentheses, the brackets actually, and all the case letter cases and stuff like that. Once all of that is typed in, you can simply click on File, Save As, and go to that USB drive. You'll find it somewhere in this PC most probably. Then you will need to go to the sources folder, as I've said, right? And in the sources folder, once you've opened it, go to the file name and type in EI, but in double quotes. It's very important to type in double quotes. EI.cfg. And you can also change the file type to all files, but it doesn't really matter here once we have the double quotes. Then click on save, of course, in the USB drive in the sources folder, and we can go further. So now we have finished our situation with the USB drive, so we should be able to move on to the computer, to the laptop. Okay, so now I think we got it. All you need to do is, I've just unplugged the drive from the computer, shut your ThinkPad down. So if you can't shut it down, just press and hold on the power button, and also plug in the USB drive. Okay, I think it didn't get shut down just yet. You'll need to press and hold on the power button until the light on the power button goes off. So I'm gonna try that again because I think I failed. So let's press and hold. Okay, and now I've shut the laptop down. So all we need to do is simply turn it on, and immediately after releasing the power button, you'll need to repeatedly press on F12 key on your keyboard. But before we do that, also make sure that your laptop is plugged into power at this point all the time. After it beeps and shows entering boot menu, it's really great because now we should see the USB HDD. You can simply select it, just click on it, and it'll boot from it, and we will begin the installation shortly. And now I'm in the setup process. I'm just gonna check if the touchpad works. Yes, it does. So I don't need to provide instructions how to use the keyboard instead of the mouse, because you can use the mouse. That's great. You can just select the language, keyboard input methods, stuff like that. I'm gonna click on next, then select install Windows 11 and agree that everything will be deleted, including files, apps, and settings, and click on next. Now just accept the license terms and agreements and stuff like that. And now let's select this partition. You'll see two disks most probably, your disk 0 and disk 1. Disk 1 is gonna be your USB drive, and most probably, and to check it, you can just see the label right here being CCOMA. We know that's our USB drive. Then you'll also see the total size summed up will be the size of your USB drive. By the way, I'm reminding that if you weren't able to enter the Windows 11 setup, that's because your USB drive may be 3.0 and your laptop, your exact model, may not support Windows USB 3.0. Now, for disk 0, we have several partitions, and what I like to do is select the first one, delete it, and repeat until there's only disk 0 unallocated space. And of course, don't touch the disk 1. It's your USB drive, and it shouldn't be modified right now because it's our source of installation, and here we are selecting the destination. Now let's delete the last partition, and once we have disk 0 unallocated space, we can click on next. And I'm expecting to see the addition selection window, but it actually didn't ask me about that. So I think that the problem that I had may occur again. So in case a problem like I had at the beginning of this video occurs again in your case, then you'll just need to watch a video on our channel on how to set up your laptop, this laptop or any other laptop, without Microsoft account, because setting up without Microsoft account works exactly the same as skipping this problem that I had right here that required me to sign into a work or school Meta account. Their solution to that is like pretty simple, but I just don't want to dive too deep into that in this video. Although you can just watch any video on our channel on how to set up without Microsoft account, and it'll exactly show you how to do it. And of course, I'm gonna get back to you when the installing process is finished. Don't worry if your laptop screen flashes, if your laptop restarts several times. It's absolutely normal, and that's what we actually are looking forward to for it actually to restart. And by the way, the last thing that I wanted to mention is that if your USB is if after this blue window, it goes back to the first step after booting from the USB drive on this laptop, then you should click on X in the top right corner, click on quit, and as soon as the screen goes black, unplug the USB drive, then it'll boot into a black screen with installing Windows. So I'm gonna get back to you, of course, when we are in the setup already. Okay, and now as we can see, it's the country or region selection. So I'm just gonna select the country, right, then click on yes. Now also select the keyboard layout or input method, and of course click on yes. I'm gonna change mine actually to US because that's what layout I have, and I'm gonna skip a second keyboard layout. Then it asks you to connect to Wi-Fi, and once you connect, it'll start updating the system. Then you'll just, and you don't need to do anything, it'll update automatically. Then you'll have a few other steps, and you'll have another update which will take longer than the first one, and later on you'll just finish the setup. If you don't know how to set up your device, then you can watch a video on our channel on how to set up the laptop, this one. But I think it's quite easy to do. I'm gonna finish the video here because I'll need to fix the thing that was happening, right? And if it happens in your case, the thing that you saw at the beginning of the video, then simply watch a video on our channel on how to set up this laptop without the Microsoft account. And a tip for you is to watch it, like if you as soon as you see the problem, just go to that video, because otherwise you'll just you won't skip the problem anyway unless you watch the video on how to set up without the Microsoft account. And I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.